Welcome back, everybody, to our live stream for the energy update, January 19th till 25th for energetically sensitives and empaths. My name is Naomi. I'm your energy coach and energy healer, and we're going to be illuminating those energies that are coming in from the outside and see how they may affect us. I'd love for you to comment on how you guys are doing, how you guys are, coping with some of these intensities. Many of you have been feeling a little bit demotivated, so I'd love to hear how you guys are doing. So send me a heart, send me a like, and let me know where you're watching from. So let's jump right into the energies of next week. You've probably heard about it. There is a lunar eclipse coming up, and people are calling it all kinds of names, like wolf moon, blood moon, lunar eclipse, whatever. The point is, it's going to be a very visible lunar eclipse, and it's going to be, at least here in Central Florida, it's going to be right at midnight, and it's going to be a huge moon. It's going to be really close, and it's going to be red, and it's going to be like super, super mystical, okay? And that, triggers things in people, as if sort of the crazy making in our media, in our, whatever political systems, nations, and so forth, isn't enough. There is a real sort of sign, okay, that the gods, that the gods are mad at us, or that some kind of change is coming. So this is what triggers all this fear in us. This is what makes us feel so powerless, because we feel that there is so much going on right now. We can barely contain this, okay? So I'm calling this collective crazy making, and this is why the energy barometer that you see here on the left is on red. Now, people don't like it when I put the energy barometer on red, and they don't like it when I report about things that are challenging. Just thinking of the 2019 forecast, it's not that people commented in a negative way, but it's just like they don't want to hear this. Guys, this is the time. If you have been looking into the deeper spiritual aspects of things for years, this is the time where you really need to apply this, okay? This is what you've been doing this for, because it's not going to get, cotton ball, anytime soon. This is a challenging time, but only, to prepare us for this change that is coming. And this change is beautiful. Now, I could sit here and, of course, tell you every week how beautiful it is, and that we should all hold hands and sing Kumbaya together, right? But would this help you? Would this really help you? Yes, and I'm starting to see you. So we have quite a little bit of a delay here. I see New Zealand. Don't know where you guys are all from. Good to have you here. All right. So this, not wanting to look at truth, and to prefer to stay in your utopia, that is what is catching up with you right now. And I apologize for the background noises. I don't know if you can hear this. This is something I have to contend with right now. Not wanting to hear or to see truth, and wanting to stay in this fantasy world, where everything's going to be all right. This is not going to help you, right? So this is the time here where all of these self-improvement, self-help, motivation, affirmation, all of that needs to come to an expression, okay? So you need to really go into this practical place with all of this. I've been drumming this, for months for you, because we really got to accept the fact that our energies are not just influenced by you know, what happens to us, or, you know, how we process things, but also, you know, that we are part of a larger system here, and this larger system, the matrix or the collective, you know, influences us as well. And right now, most of these processes are these transformation processes, these change processes, and also the resistance to change processes are going on in the collective, in our political systems, in our financial systems, in science. There's a paradigm shift everywhere, okay? And so what you are feeling is not necessarily just yours. Many of you guys have been feeling the calling, you know, to be of service, sorry guys, this is really intrusive here. This is a very good example for how these energies are going to be like next week, okay? You're going to feel exactly that. People who come at unscheduled times and just like really wreck, you know, your plans. So be prepared. So forgive me for this. Let's spend some time with, you know, hearing how you guys are doing. What is sort of the major issue that you are experiencing right now? Physically, emotionally, mentally? What are your challenges right now? Let us all know here. So I would like you to share this for all of us, so that others know that they're not alone. I can tell you from, you know, the people that I've been working with here with energy sessions and within the Soul Spiritual Challenge, you know, that there's a lot of stuff in the physical right now. So many people feel really, really exhausted, cold and flu symptoms. And one of the things you really got to watch here in this time is to not continue doing comfort eating. Many of you have been feeling sort of needy, a little bit, you know, sort of low in physical energy, a bit sluggish. And that's when we go back to our old ways, you know. This is when we go back to coping and addiction stuff and so forth. So you got to really catch yourself here. This week is the week for disciplining yourself, all right? And to not, you know, just because you tried once, you know, to throw the towel because it didn't work out the first time. I told you guys this is going to be, you know, there's going to be a lot of setbacks. So just expect that, okay? Listen to your inner guidance. Listen to your inner truths, okay? To expect things to go smooth when things are like this, you know, where there's a constant bombardment from the outside, and where other people go into fear, and where they go into control, and where they go into judgment and self-defeat and all that. What are you expecting? Okay? You need to really tune in with this true self in you, okay, that has the power to transform, to transmute things. You can't sit there and expect the world to change, okay, if you are continuing to do things in your old ways. So this is exactly the kind of conflict that is going on the outside, except for it affects our, you know, the stock markets, it affects the real estate market, it affects some of these, you know, like Brexit and EU and some of the religious conflicts that are in the world. They're all flaring up because it really triggers this irrational part in people where they think, if I just hang on to it harder, if I just, you know, pretend the pink elephant isn't there, if I just, you know, sort of cover it all up and do damage control, okay, this is what I called this week damage control, then everything's going to be fine. It's not, all right? And you guys know this because you've been training to connect within more. You've been training to listen to your inner guidance. You've been training to catch your critical inner voice. You've been training to at least, you know, in the beginning, to become more aware of all your emotional, you know, entanglements. All right. So this week here that is coming, guys, is going to be a tricky week for the collective. Okay. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming down. And I don't want to be, you know, negative and predict all these negative things. No, but these resistances to seeing reality and really going into the change, you know, going with that flow and trusting, you know, that it will activate, you know, all these these higher abilities that we all have. We all have them, guys, even if it looks like, you want to give up on humanity. No, we all have them. We're on the way to really growing into those, okay? But until we do this, until we are capable to locate all this, to read our energies, to apply these things, and to really see that, there's growth in all this, okay, it's going to be a little rough. And this week is one of those weeks that stick out here for this entire year that are going to be particularly rough. Lots of irrationality, lots of people freaking out. And even, on the CEO, prime minister, president, whatever level, people are freaking out because they can't hold on to their old reality, to their utopia anymore. And this isn't going to go easy. But for us, as people who've been working with this doesn't mean that we are powerless or that we have to just hunker down, No, what we need to do is the complete opposite. We have to go out, we have to go expose ourselves. We have to, on a physical level, we have to go, I recommend you guys to go out with this lunar eclipse, because it's a beautiful thing. You can take wonderful pictures and you can really sort of feel into this. Go outside and have a look at it. And if it's at a time of the day where you can't see it because it's daylight, then go and do sun gazing, on Sunday when the lunar eclipse is Sunday night. Just really feel into these energies that are coming in. Those are very chaotic, those energies, but this doesn't mean that you can't handle them. It means that you have to learn how to, voluntarily and consciously access these higher abilities in you. And how do you do this? By facing it. Okay, so you need to discipline yourself in your old ways when your old stuff comes in and, I just want to have fun and I just want to, that's good that this is coming forward. Joy and harmony and beauty are the healing resonances, are the transmutation energies here for this rough time. Okay, but you've got to look deeper. You've got to look at your emotions, I'm feeling so lonely, I'm feeling so powerless, I'm feeling like a victim, she doesn't love me anymore, I'm can you hear this? This is all whiny stuff. This is not going to get you anywhere. You're going to have to feel into this and look underneath. What's underneath this? Is there a need that isn't met? That actually needs to come from within me, that I actually have to, sort of resurrect in me. If I'm sleep deprived and I go in my ego stuff, is it my kid's fault or my husband's fault? If things don't go right? No, it's because my energy isn't in the right place. I'm not in a balanced place. I need to sleep. Okay. And I need to recognize this. I need to recognize when there are things that I need to do to put myself into this place of balance, into this place where I can actually do something about it. This is when you bit by bit see and feel that you have access to these higher abilities again. So this week is all about feeling, guys. And in the energy tips for the Patreon subscribers and for the hardwares, I go very deep into this, how to feel into situations, into words, into places, into people. And sometimes also into business ideas or into, challenges, like to really allow yourself to feel into it. And then to come up with a feeling, to be able to come up with a feeling of harmony, to go into harmony with it, to not resist it anymore. And to try to focus on finding solutions that bring in, more harmony, that bring in more balance, that bring in more love, that bring in more balance regardless. So for those of you who have this sort of esoteric inclination, you may be a little tired of all this energy talk and all this. I get it. Me too. But this is the time where you have to activate that alchemist in you. All the stuff that you've been learning here over these years. How can I feel love regardless? How can I make this a more harmonious, a more joyful, a more sort of overall positive experience for me, and perhaps if you can do this, if you can see yourself in conjunction with others, and this isn't through you doing this, but if you can see yourself with others, how can I provide this? How can I facilitate this for others through me radiating this? So this is about learning how to tune into that transformational, that alchemist power in you. And that is love and lovingness, to love what you do. Everything you do, everything you say, everything you feel, everything you think, everything you be, regardless of what is going on the outside, regardless how crazy it is and how other people, try to convince you that whatever you're seeing or how you're seeing the world isn't true. To stay within this. I can already give you a heads up, even if you're not a Patreon supporter or a heart warrior, that all your chakras are going to be triggered this coming week, and that you're going to have to do some work if you don't want to, go into this place of throwing the towel. Okay? So learn from the past, and many of you who are in energy sessions with me, who heart warriors especially, you guys, you've heard me say this, there's also a good week to do some karmic family work, but not in the way that we have done this in the past, in the way that you really connect with your ancestors. Go ask your grandma, go ask your dad or your uncle, or like what it was like, back in the days, and what they remember about your great-grandma or great-grandpa. Learn from your elders, guys. This is a generational shift that we are going through here, okay? And you have to really tune into the wisdom that is coming in here through the collective. We are not in this alone. So we tend to see all this bombardment from the collective as negative, because it feels like, and another thing that I have to deal with. Is already exhausting to just be me, okay? But you're missing the point. It's a continuous cycle, guys, and it's an evolutionary cycle, which means we are, obviously the offspring of our ancestors. But our offspring, then becomes our ancestors again. So we are the ancestors for our offspring. We are the elders, for the generations to come. So this is also a time to think about what we leave behind. This legacy aspect of that is coming in. So tune into the wisdom of your elders, or if you are already in this age group like myself, tune into your inner elder, and really connect with this part in you that knows how to, go through things, face things, do love regardless, okay? Do love because, okay, it's challenging. Yes, Carmel, it's been very tiring, very exhausting, and kind of flat. So my tip for you here, for in this public energy update, guys, discipline yourself. It's the next week is a time for extreme need for grounding. Foot baths would be good, but yes, take good care of your feet, and really watch, your eating habits and your thinking habits and your emoting habits, okay? So remember what I said in the forecast for 2019. It's important to pay attention to what you ingest on all levels of your being. So the giveaway for this week, and if you are one of those who struggle with this a little bit, then you will love this. The giveaway for this week is 2 tickets for the upcoming energetic adjustment session next week, to really tune into this transmutational energy of your inner alchemist, the alchemy of chaos, it is called. And this energetic adjustment session is kind of like a combo of a clearing and healing session, where I clear your genetic memory, from all these blocks that you carry in you, and where I basically send the energies of February through you already, and see how your energy system responds to it, and so that I can tell you what to focus on for next week in a very, very practical way. So it's an energy session, and then we have a short break, and then we have a live webinar where I do live readings for you based on, reading your energy during the energy adjustment session. So I'm giving away 2 tickets to the first 2 new members of the Sacred Self-Healing Facebook group. The link is in the description here. And don't be sad if it didn't work out this week. There's many opportunities for giveaways, and I shift and change, the task. One free resource that we are doing or offering here at transCODES for years is the free Connect with Your True Self session coming up on Sunday. Yes, why Sunday? Because we want to face the peak of that chaotic energy coming in on Sunday. So look at the transCODES website or check the description. This is a free energy healing and training session for everybody. And if you actively want to work this, okay, then check the event calendar. We have a shadow work and heart clearing combo session on Friday. This is for those of you who really want to work this, who really want to bring out the alchemist in you, the love alchemist. All right, guys. Thank you so much for spending your time. I apologize for all these outer distractions. That's just another thing to deal with. All right. Love you guys. Remember to do love, do harmony, regardless. Thank you.